Welcome back. Well, the House of Representatives moving toward a vote on President Biden's $1.9 trillion stimulus plan as soon as tomorrow, sending it to the Senate with no Republican support. The bill would boost the U.S. budget deficit to $3.8 trillion in 2021. Joining me right now to talk more about that is Texas Congressman, House Appropriations Committee member Henry Cuellar. And Congressman, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks very much for being here. Let's first talk about what's in the bill. There has been a lot of criticism and debate about the fact that there are so many issues in this bill that have nothing to do with COVID-19. What do you say about that?
Well, you know, you have to look at it in two ways. One is the health of the individual. Are there monies for health care, vaccines in that particular area? And then the other one is what I call the health of the economy. Are we going to get monies, stimulus checks? Are we going to go ahead and get unemployment for the people that have? We're going to get PPP for the small businesses. So there are two areas, two categories that I look at this. Now, am I 100% happy with what's in there? Of course not. But we'll see what the Senate, any adjustments that they make, and then we'll take it from there for a final vote in a couple of weeks.
I understand, but how do Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer explain almost $300 million for the humanities and arts, or another $100 million for museums, and hundreds of millions for that rail car in San Francisco?
Yeah. Well, you know, like anything else, you know, there are some things that I am in agreement. There's some things I don't know exactly, but we are providing funding for the arts. I mean, the arts are important. You know, this COVID, if I had it my way, it would be solely on the health of the individual, the health of the economy, but we're working on an overall package that we'll be voting yes or no on this. And I'm looking at the overall good of the package.
So it's an opportunity to get in there certain things that they just want the government to spend money on, right? You know, arts and humanities, museums, et cetera. And we're talking about debt that is rising at a very fast rate, just as interest rates are moving higher. When do debt and deficits become a problem, in your view?
Well, you know, I've said that to both Democrats and Republicans. So you recall that last year, President Obama, the deficit was $450 billion. The year before, I mean, the year right before the pandemic hit under President Trump, it was over $900 billion. So it was double the amount, almost double the amount. So both Democrats and Republicans have added to the debt. We are in an emergency, but as a blue dog, I've always said this: nothing is for free. Nothing's for free. And we got to make sure that we worry about the hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars that we pay on the interest rate on our national debt that has been added by both Democrats and Republicans. I can say this: the last time we had a surplus ended in 2001 under President Clinton with a Republican Congress. They worked together to bring this surplus. And again, what happened in 2001? We had a Senate, a House, and a president that were all Republicans, and the debt started growing at that time.
Right. So then I'll end this conversation here. I want to get into immigration policies, but so is now the time to spend $300 million on museums then?
Well, again, if we're going through a pandemic and we want to make sure that our arts are taken care of. Yeah. And like I said, do I want 100%? Is there 100% in the bill that I like? Of course not. Of course not.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is something that we have to vote on it, a yes or no.
All right, I understand. Let me ask you about rolling back Trump-era immigration policies. Having, you know, your background in Texas, you're going to be able to see this, and your constituents are going to feel this firsthand. The latest change is tied to President Trump's moves to limit legal immigration during the height of the coronavirus pandemic. Congressman, your thoughts on what President Biden is doing in terms of overturning all of President Trump's moves on immigration, to the extent that you've got Texas, the AG there, suing the administration, saying you're coming in like a king and overturning things that Congress needs to decide on and vote on.
Well, the state of Texas, I love the state of Texas. I'm a Texan, but you got to understand, when it's free money going to the state of Texas, it's fine. When it's a policy disagreement, they'll file a lawsuit. I don't want to see open borders, and I've told the Biden administration we have to move cautiously when we talk about border issues, because I live there. I understand the border, and we got to make sure that there's no impression that the border is open. I don't believe in open borders. I want to see law and order. I believe in legal immigration, just like my parents became legal the right way. So we have to be very cautious on how we address the border without giving the impression that it's open.
Yeah, but it is open, right? You've got 4,000 people showing up at our borders every day, Congressman.
Well, listen, we've had crisis. One was in 2014 under President Obama. The second one was in 2019 under President Trump. We got to make sure that we work with our friends to the South to make sure that they stop those folks before they coming in. A wall would have not stopped any of these individuals because a fence is put about half a mile away from the border so they can still come in and claim asylum.
Yep. Well, they were remaining in Mexico, but that's also not the case anymore. Congressman, I know we'll be talking about this immigration story for some time. We'll keep spotlighting it. We so appreciate your time this morning, sir. Thank you. Congressman Henry Cuellar. We'll be right back.